Hello, I'm Beringer, Krav Maga black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, and this is
Carolyn.
So recently we came across some women's self-defense video. It's done by a guy called Nelson Neo, and he runs a business called Shield Self-Defense, I believe. He teaches women's self-defense, and he still operates, as far as I can tell, this day in LA. The techniques he showed, we think, are somewhat questionable, and we're going to demonstrate his technique and why it's wrong, and we're going to show some better alternatives. So here we go. Okay, so the first technique he showed is when a guy comes in, pretend she's the guy. When a guy comes in, when a guy comes in aggressively, you're going to frame like this to prevent him from coming in any further. If he comes in really aggressively, If he comes in really aggressively, go ahead. Just go up to the throat. But the problem is, as Carolyn has demonstrated, there's nothing stopping her from punching me. Like that. The second technique he showed was off of this clinch. I'm going to control her arm, and I'm going to knee her in the groin repeatedly. But the problem is, she can still hit me with her other arm. And my knee is not lined up to her groin. I'm kneeing her thigh right now. So this is no good. So the correct technique is, Carolyn is going to demonstrate. I'm coming in. She's going to frame, but she's moving to the side. She's moving away from my right hand, and her knee is lined up to hit my groin, like that. So the next technique he demonstrated was when I'm on my back and the attacker has side control and she's pinning my arms down. So he said, don't move the near side leg because I can't get it in, her body is in the way. So instead, move the far side leg up and over her neck. And then cross your ankles and do a leg scissor. And this is supposed to be a choke. Do you feel it?
It's annoying, but nothing more.
Yeah, I don't see it. So the correct way, if I'm here, go ahead, is to just shrimp. It's a very simple move. You learned that in your first day of grappling. Shrimp to create space, and then bring your knee in. Get your legs in the party. So the next technique he demonstrated is when the attacker is in close guard, and he has my wrist pinned to the ground, and he has his weight sprawled out. So what he demonstrated was put your foot on the ground, and you're going to bridge and sweep the attacker over. And you aren't really trying, right? You aren't really trying that.
No, I'm really not.
So I don't see it. But let's say in the off chance I do sweep her over.
Wow.
The next technique he demonstrates was to grab the wrist with both hands. I'm going to stomp all over her and get to this arm lock position. And when I do get to the arm lock position, I'm going to cross my ankles, straighten my legs above her forearm. And this is supposed to be a choke. Was this yeah, that's what's going to happen. So now we're going to demonstrate the correct way of dealing with this attack. So she is in my close guard, she has my wrist pinned, and she's sprawling, putting her weight on me. I'm going to extend my legs and do the snow angel at the same time. So it's going to look like this. So now she still has my wrist pinned, but I can now get my knees into the party. I can get at least one knee in. From here, if she tries to disengage, I can kick her off, and then stand up. If in that same position, she still tries to put her weight on me, I can go to the triangle. Get one leg above her shoulder, control her head, foot on the hip, push off, get the angle, triangle my legs, squeeze my knees in, and get the choke. So as a bonus, we're going to demonstrate how to finish the armbar correctly. To finish the armbar correctly, she's going to have her ankles close to my neck, and her bottom leg, her ankle is going to be close to my ribs. She's going to get her butt close to my shoulder as close as possible. She's going to grab my wrist with both hands, make sure my thumb is pointed up. She's going to hug my arm. She's going to fall back and gently pull my arm close to her body. Now I'm tapping already, but if I have flexible arm and I don't tap when she falls fully down, she can also bridge up. That's a guaranteed tap. If she does cross her ankles, she's going to cross her ankles under my forearms, so I can't just push her legs off and roll up. So the next technique he demonstrated was also in close guard. The attacker has her arm wrapped around my neck. So I'm going to defend by wrapping her neck, S-gripping, and I'm going to squeeze and choke with my shoulder.
This just feels like a really awkward hug.
Okay, so I don't see it. I don't see how. I'm going to choke her. So now Carolyn is going to demonstrate the correct technique, which is the Ezekiel choke. So I'm going to have that same neck wrap around her neck. She's going to wrap my neck, but she's going to make a fist with her other hand. She's going to place the fist next to my neck. She's going to grab her own wrist. Now she's going to punch in and squeeze at the same time. Yeah. Do it again. Very good. So the next technique he demonstrated is also from the close guard, also with my wrist pin, but she's not going to have her wig sprawled out. So he's going to extend his legs, but he's not going to do the snow angel, so it's half correct. So he's just going to do this. And he's going to put his feet on the hips, push out, and shoot one leg over the shoulder, going into triangle setup, and then somehow this breaks the grip. And he's going to finish the triangle from this position. Okay, I don't see it. So now we're going to demonstrate the correct technique, which I think we've done before. So in close guard, I'm going to have my wrist pin. I'm going to extend my legs and do the snow angel. So now I'm going to get my knees in the party, at least get one knee in. From here, I can pop the grip off. From this position, there's a lot of attacks I can go for. I have triangle, I have omoplata, I have kimura. I'm just going to demonstrate the triangle, the correct way of finishing a triangle. I'm going to control her head first. I'm going to take my leg out, leg over the shoulder, into triangle setup or triangle danger. I'm going to control her head, foot on the hip, push off, get an angle, lock up the triangle. I'm going to squeeze my knees together, pull her head and thrust my hips up at the same time, and get her attack. So there we go. We just showed some questionable techniques from this women's self-defense expert, supposedly. I just want to say that these one-day crash courses in self-defense, they rarely work. I think it's just going to be a waste of money. You can spend $200 for a one-day class. If you really want to learn self-defense, you should go sign up for a real martial arts class. And he's operating in LA. There are lots of good martial arts schools in LA. Gracie Academy is there. Krav Maga Worldwide is there. Krav Maga Alliance is there. So just find a good school and start learning real self-defense. Thank you.
I did first start learning some Krav Maga from a one-day course. It was a 4-hour course that only really taught 4 moves over that 4 hours, but what the instructor was very clear on, this is just the very basics. If you really want to learn more, you need to come more often, and I did. So as an introductory or a taste, the 1 day, couple hour courses is just a good way to expose, but if you really want to actually learn something, you do need to go more often.